All right, good morning. What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled, What Will Gaming Culture Produce? I haven't played video games in a very, very long time. But I remember just growing up on video games. You know, my older cousin had the Pac-Man, the Atari thing. I remember they used to have them on computers, like a football game. You know, Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, Sega Genesis, was it Altered Beast or whatever. All the way up to you know, the Madden and the 2Ks and all that. I remember having a Sega Dreamcast. I like that joint too. But what I see differently is gaming culture was more of a child thing. But since some of us grew up on games as kids and now we're adults, now adults play video games. Which, nothing really wrong with that if it's you know, a way to just pass time, you know, a hobby. But I remember going outside and playing. I remember playing basketball, riding bikes, football, tag, just, you know, going to the park, playing different sports, you know, baseball, track, football, wrestling, you know, that type of thing. So, you know, even back then, video games was something I did after, you know, school work and friends and all that other stuff, right? So it was something to have a pastime with. I got to college and I didn't realize, you know, and I went to class, played sports, and the thing about it was when it was time to play video games, it was cool. You know, but we had to come to the realization of how much time we could actually waste playing video games. And that's why I'm bringing this one up. Is because I don't see children going outside and playing as much. I don't see kids at the basketball courts or at the football fields or on the baseball diamonds, just riding bikes, skateboards in the neighborhood, just playing catch, tag, nothing. You know, not even being kids anymore, but everybody's playing video games. And I talked to my son, and my son said, what are you doing? What did you do today? Watch the movie, played some video games? What else, motherfucker? Like, you got to get some chores done, dog. And I start realizing, you know, part of what's going on in society is part of why people aren't in shape is gaming culture. Part of why people are like armchair quarterbacks in life is because of gaming culture. Part of why people have this comfortable, relaxed fit. Like, I'm dressed like this because I'm in the living room. I actually just came back from the gym. But, you know, and that usually I'm either going to the gym or coming back from work or the gym when I do these videos. So one of the things that I notice is you dress like this when you play video games all day. And then you got people going out in public playing video games all day, all night. You got guys in their 20s, 30s, 40s just playing video games. And, you know, I wonder, what is that going to entail for the future? You know, we used to have little Madden tournaments in college, Tekken tournaments, and Street Fighter, you know, Capcom tournaments, Street Fighter versus Marvel or Capcom versus Marvel, whatever. You know, that type of stuff. I had an Xbox. My son broke it. I really bought the Xbox for him. Once he broke it, no more video games. I haven't had video game system in my house in years. But, you know, getting online, talking trash, and, you know, people vicariously living through video games, and I think it's part of what's making people socially awkward also. Because, you know, you could talk much trash on a video game. You know, you can You know, it's part of social media, to be perfectly honest, especially online gaming. So, and then you got women who got into gaming because it was a way to interact with men or their man. Because what would he do to wind down or tune her out? Was play video games because he couldn't watch the game because she wanted to watch the game. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a male space to go. But and you could say, you know, gamers were one of the current last frontiers of male spaces because it was newer. It's something that's done in house, so you really don't have to go out and do it. And you know, the community is vast. And I don't really have a problem with video games. I really don't. You know, but I will say, I think it's going to contribute to, and it does contribute to the lack of work ethic in our society. You know, because people don't realize how much time they're wasting. And you can play a video game for 24 hours straight if you're really into it and not really, and it really, you can let a whole day go by and not really think much of it. Like, damn, that just happened. You know, you get into those games to the point where you forget you gotta get up and go to work if you got a job. Like damn, it's time. I need to go to bed. I gotta be up in 2 hours to go to work. Like that type of thing. And I'll just play one more game, and then you might well just take a shower and go. You know, I think it can get in the way of relationships as far as parenting. Like, you know, and I wrote in my book, like, it's one way to actually cultivate a relationship with your kid if they're not in the household with you, is online gaming. You can talk trash to each other, clown, build a relationship like that playing video games. You can do that, you know. But, you know, I don't want society to turn into the place where, you know, passing down, you know, secrets of Madden from father to son, you know. Oh, man, let me show you how to get this real Call of Duty right. This is a rite of passage, son. That's not a good idea. But, so I wonder, what is it going to produce? Like, I get programmers, like, maybe, you know, hopefully, and I tell my son this all the time, it's probably better to create a video game than it is to play one, you know, because you can get paid for that. You know, do they have leagues of gamers? Yeah. People play for money? Yeah. Do people make bets? Yeah. But it's kind of, you know, fantasy football is easy because you could just play and walk away. You know, it's real life. But you don't really know what the fruits of, and I really don't see any real fruits of gamer culture, even though, you know, you could look at it as it's a leisure culture, you know, like, this is what people do to waste time. Unfortunately, don't be surprised if there are some people who are going to waste a lifetime. You know, some of the reasons why people are going to take too long to graduate college, or wind up at home with their parents, or wind up being a horrible roommate who can't come up with their end of the rent, is because of gaming. You know, people don't want to say that, but it is. You know, why your relationships failing? Because you gaming. You know, you got like a Comic-Con, Xbox, PlayStation lifestyle, and that's really not conducive to a real life. It's really not. But, you know, it is what it is. And then that spills over into everything else, because you may know how to handle an alternate reality, or an alternate society that has to do with video games, and the money you waste, and the time you waste, and the electricity you waste, and the knowledge that is useless. You know, now I can show you how to get it done on Mad. You know, show you this. You know, show you this move or that move on 2K. he's unstoppable, he's unguardable. And I can't say, and maybe, my first experience with video games was kind of twisted because how I first got into video games, my older cousin convinced my mother to buy me a Nintendo for my birthday because he wanted a Nintendo. So he takes me to the Toys R Us and tells me, oh, I'm going to get the greatest gift ever. And I didn't know what the heck he was talking about because he was in the Atari. He liked Pac-Man. He heard about the Nintendo. Then he got the Nintendo. So I remember that. We had, it came with, what is that? Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. But he bought, I want to say Double Dribble, and what was the dragon game? Double Dragons or something like that. And that was my first experience. And we got in trouble, technically, because we was playing that video game till like 5 in the morning. My grandmother was coming back in town from a church retreat. So I started wasting time early. He still laughs about that, and I do to this day. But I really have a genuine concern about it because, this is going to be part of why men aren't men and women aren't women. Because it's not just social media, it's gaming culture too. And the Comic-Con culture, because people are, too old to be playing, to act like they're superheroes for most of the year. Like, I get it, Halloween and all that, or costume parties, but people are into it all year. And that's weird, just in my opinion. But I'm out.